Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to a very exciting one. We are starting our Dark Deity 2, our first playthrough, our blind playthrough, and it is going to be an exciting one. There's a lot of twists and turns and really fun combat in this one. If you're new to Dark Deity 2 and you remember some of those old school Fire Emblem games, well, holy heck, there's some nostalgia here for you. And if not, if you're not one of those people who played way back in the day, well, settle in. There's still a lot of fun SRPG content to be had here. This one's kind of been making the rounds, or I believe right now it is still overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and is just overall such a great time. At the time of recording this, I'm actually about halfway through my playthrough. We are streaming here on YouTube. At some point, I will be not fully switching over, but multicasting both on here on YouTube and over on Twitch if you do prefer that. I haven't fully set that up yet, but I'm not sure I'll be doing it on this playthrough, but probably will for future games. So just keep that in mind. If that is your preferred platform of choice, we will likely be doing that for any of those of you who do like that. Now, that being said, a quick little rundown here of the playthrough. So what ended up happening is I started this playthrough as it was going to be a demonic playthrough, and as I was starting to get through it, we got up until about chapter 6 on demonic, and I realized that that wasn't necessarily the playthrough experience that I wanted for my first time. Some of the levels were taking far too long. It was quite challenging, to be honest. Now, some of this may be, my own inexperience with the game. Other parts of it could be a bit of imbalancing. From what I understand, demonic difficulty was added in kind of late, so it's possible that it's not, quote-unquote properly balanced compared to Deity. There was a very big jump in difficulty going down to Deity. So basically what I ended up doing, we played to chapter 6, I believe it was, in demonic, and then I ended up playing some off-stream on Deity, grinding my way back up to where we were, with the intention of adding the additional multipliers of enemy stats by like 20 or 30%. What I didn't realize is that while you can change the difficulty in a starting run, you can't add that multiplier. You can only do that at the beginning of the run. So I am playing on regular Deity difficulty mode everywhere from I believe it's chapter 7 onward. I, of course, start that chapter by going over all those changes and such. So you'll, of course, catch those when those come out. So that's the only weird thing. That's the only thing in this playthrough that's going to be a little off, is that, like I said, starts in demonic, goes into Deity, and we get to have a lot of fun in Deity. We get to play a lot more with classes. We get to have some more, experiment a little bit more, really figure out the classes, as opposed to being kind of pinned down and feeling like, oh boy, I have to make the right choice here or I just die, which happens. The downside to demonic being that if any unit dies, it's not like an Iron Man where the unit dies and you keep playing. No. If a unit dies, it is game over. And that was weighing on us pretty heavily in some levels. And so with Deity, we have a little bit more flexibility there. But overall, guys, this is a super fun game. I've been absolutely enjoying my time with it, and hopefully you guys do too. So if you haven't caught the streams and you wanted to catch up, this is the perfect place to do so. So I'm going to be putting all of the chapters here, taking out a little bit of the kind of stream talk in between chapters and such, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So without further ado, pass it off to past me. So we are playing on demonic difficulty. So unit death causes game over. So if any unit dies, we got to start the mission over. Can't have any units die. We're going to stick with this for the beginning. We're going to see how tough it actually is. From what I heard in the interview, that Link, it's Link Knight, right? I apologize for messing up his name. From what I heard in the interview there, the developer said while the game is hard, it's not like crazy, ludicrously hard on demonic. If you have experience with SRPGs, it'll likely be easier than other games at their hardest difficulty, but it's still going to be quite difficult. So we'll see where it stacks up. We'll see how many times I die in the first level. If it's significantly hard to go without unit deaths, we might have to drop it down to Deity. I think we could also potentially just change this one setting if we needed to, but we're going to try and go on demonic difficulty. I am going to leave turn limits on. I think that having turn limits off makes it a little bit too easy. I want to have some kind of pressure pushing me forward. I don't want to just like sit there, take like one enemy here, one enemy there, and take like 30 turns and it just goes on forever. We got to actually, progress through the game. Oh, and how is sound? We have no like looping, no like secondary audio sources. When I was streaming Path of Exile, I think I had like duplicated audio tracks. So we should be good. I haven't changed it since then. So we should be good, and hopefully, once we get in, we can check audio levels. Right now, it's just kind of the default levels. Let's see, default setting levels up are semi-random. I definitely want rolled levels. I prefer random levels. Grew up playing Pokemon, so that's just what I'm used to. And let's go. This is going to be great, considering, you guys don't have to hear my awful voiceovers. It's all voiced.
Are you sure this is the right place?
And let's put that auto on. Oh, actually, I think it's...
You're the one with the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, the map didn't say anything about this many stairs.
This is the only ancient ruin around these parts.
Sounds fine?
Besides,
Okay, perfect. Thank you,
I
Ore.
recognize the stairway. This is definitely the place.
I know, I'm just griping.
These ruins aren't so ancient anyway. Sylvan, for sure. Can't be older than 100 years.
I think I'm actually going to... Let's see, can I change... The music, for me, is kind of drowning out the audio. I'm going to turn it down like 10 points and see how that sounds.
Really let this place go in record time, huh?
Hey kid, you're a local. Anything you can tell us about this place?
Well, just that there's not that many stairs left.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Other than that, not much. Before I marked it, it wasn't even on the map.
Well, somebody must have built it. I can only assume it wasn't the townsfolk.
Unless they did, and somebody wants it forgotten.
Forgotten? Why would somebody want that?
Uncomfortable secrets?
Powerful artifacts.
Ghosts!
Come on, Reardon, don't scare the kid.
There's no way you guys are old enough to be calling me kid.
Well, a little fear might do you all some good. We still don't know what we're dealing with here.
That's worrisome.
Worry less, buddy. If my house was at the bottom of this many stairs, I'd be jonesing to move out after 100 steps, let alone 100 years.
Now, to be fair with what Saxon is saying, I mean, I'm 30 years old, and I call people who are 27, 28 kids. So, it just is what it is. I'm an old man. I know it. I call them kids.
Speaking of, looks like we found the bottom.
Level ground. I almost forgot what it was like. Ooh, this place is roomy.
Just as amazing the second time around. You look unimpressed.
These two have let routine rob them of their sense of wonder.
Ooh, so dramatic.
You see a lot of grand architecture in our line of work. It loses its luster eventually.
I can't even imagine. The Order of Eternals.
The adventure of a lifetime, twice weekly. When Dad lets us off the leash, that is.
Reardon?
Let him whine, Arthur. He's cranky today. Cassandra.
Yes, Gwen?
Keep watch by the stairway, all right? If you hear shouting, come find us.
Of course. What do I do if I spot something bad?
Start shouting so we can come find you.
Oh, that makes sense.
What do you
And
think,
here we have the
Arthur?
best airhead there ever was.
Sacrificial altar.
No. A reliquary. Look there. Some kind of artifact.
Magical?
I think so.
Yes. I mean, can't you feel it?
No, I can't. You can?
Right. Guess I should come clean. I'm...
An adept, right?
You can tell?
Well, you're certainly no mage, and having magical blood would explain how you found this place, but not why.
One thing that I like that they've done with all the voiceovers and the cutscenes is that they don't hang too long in between each individual line. I noticed that with a lot of other just RPGs in general.
like when you put it on auto, there's always like 3 seconds in between each line, and the dialogue just feels like so cut up and jarring. They're like going like a regular conversation. I really appreciate
A
that.
mystery to ponder once we're outside. Let's bag this thing and get out of here.
He's not mad?
All right, got it. We done here?
Not quite. I want to sweep the place, make sure it's clear. Don't want to leave anything that could threaten the town.
Yeah, I hear you. Gotta pick up all the stray pebbles, clear up any tripping hazards.
Reardon.
On my way. Hey, kid, can you hold this while we finish up?
I guess? Are you sure it's...
I told you to worry less. Now, stay put, yeah?
Right. Will do. I wonder, what did he mean by why? Could this be the reason... Hey, guys? It started glowing. Is that normal?
Black Abyss, I knew it was too easy. Reardon, cover the civilian.
Right. Arthur, any idea what these things are?
None. Save
That's more enemies than I remember
Well,
in the
we're trying
demo.
to deal with bad news. Where's Cass?
Over here. I spotted something and heard shouting, but I didn't know if I should have shouted too.
You're here, so you did perfect. All right, let's move.
I can fight too.
Now's not the time to be playing hero, buddy.
You may have an adept's power, but power requires skill. We can't just...
We don't have time for this. Fight or hide, just don't die. Got it?
Got it.
All right, this is what I remember. Okay, I was like, I don't remember them being that close, and I also don't remember there being that many. All right, so we have to escape, turn limit passes, or a player unit is defeated. So we have 8 turns to escape. Spending 200 mana, we'll get a sorter. Okay, spending mana is super easy. This game, a little bit different than like your traditional Fire Emblem, is that kind of traditionally in those style of games, typically you're just kind of using your regular attack and then deciding on like what weapon you want to use. In this game, it's much more skill based, so we're going to be using skills quite often, and so spend mana is not tough at all. Heal HP, I'm assuming we'll get that done pretty easily as well, considering they're going to be pretty tough. Welcome to Dark Deity 2. Gameplay is handled in phases. You get a turn, then the enemies get a turn. Every one of your units may move and act during your turn. Click on a unit to select them and view their movement range. Attacking or using an ability that deals damage will end a unit's turn. You may also opt to end their turn manually if you want to move them without taking action. Try weakening enemies with ranged units like Riordan or Arthur before attacking in melee range. Hovering over a unit will show you their stats in the bottom left. Left-clicking handles almost all functions in the game, with right-click for escape, backing up, or exiting. When selecting an enemy to attack, a preview of combat will open up showing you the damage and hit rates for that combat. Click the enemy again to confirm. If you want to view the tutorial again, just open the menu by clicking on the empty tile and selecting the tutorial menu. Do you want to see more tutorials for each unit upon selection? No, I don't think we necessarily do. All right, so we got Gwen. Let's take a look at her. So her abilities right now, she just says Brutal Strike, costs 40 mana. It's a 1 range. Attack deals 6 additional damage. We can get a full overlay of, you know, her stuff here. So she got HP, mana. Let's see, her traits. Killing an enemy grants light block equal to 20% max HP, max of 15. For 1 attack received, damage reduction, damage taken reduced by 6. Okay. We got our power, accuracy, weight of the weapons, no rings, all of our stats, our growth rates. Power, accuracy, increases chance to hit, 1 point equals 1. Okay, easy enough. Dodge, decreases chance to be hit. Speed, if it's 5 above. Okay, that'll have to remember, because I think the most recent game I played it was 4, so like that's something, like, or you were asking before, like that's something that changes sometimes, so I have to remember like those stats. Okay, let's see. Here we got Arthur. Let's take a look at Arthur. Generates mana 25% faster. Lunar Reeve is super powerful. Send a bolt of magic at an enemy, dealing 16 damage, increased by mana spent this chapter. So this is just like, it's just like does 16 damage, and then it does more, and then does more, and then does more. So once you get into like the very end of the chapters, can be very powerful. Of note, his growth rates aren't like all that great. Obviously, as mastery, we'll have to look into what those do later once they become more relevant. Cassandra here is our healer. Heal an ally for 19, but she has to be right next to them, so she's not a ranged healer. Restore 10 mana when an enemy within 2 tiles is defeated. Well, that is a horrible passive for our playthrough. Oh, wait, never mind. Enemy. I was reading it as ally, and I was like, that's awful. Okay, that's a bit more fair. And then we have, let's see, Saxon here. Let's take a look. Heal for 15% of max HP when using mana. Deal up to 36 damage spread equally to all enemies within 2 tiles, maximum of 14 each. Okay, so technically we want to hit 3 enemies with this. Since 2, you're kind of missing on some damage, but, I mean, you still want to use it. And lastly, we have Riordan, our hunter. Increases weapon stats by 20%. So basically just any weapon we put on Riordan is just, like, automatically better. We got a 2-range weapon here, or excuse me, attack with Command Wolf. Attack with your pet, dealing 5 additional damage and removing up to 5 defense from your enemy. Oh, okay, so very good for an initial attack and then having someone follow up. And then I'm assuming that the plus stats here are the 20% from the weapon expert. 10% is this 9. That checks out. Yeah, that all checks out. Alrighty. What do we have? So we got a couple enemies here. We got the, let's see, so we have a bear. Can I take a look? Do they have, let's see. Okay, cool. So I can lock on and keep their range in range. Is there a shortcut? Let's see. Settings. There's no keybind settings. Is that right? I was going to see if I could see... Oh, ranges. Perfect. That's what I was looking for. The whole field. Well, don't need to worry about that so much. We do have a chest, so we're going to try and get over there. See, that adds dodge. That adds defense. We already have decent dodge. So let's do this. Let's have Riordan... Let's have you line up an attack first on this bear, I think. Bring it down to 19.
Here, buddy.
Love the animations in this game, by the way. Now I'm not super read up on like the Fire Emblem like GBA animating scene or anything like that, but I do know that the person who, or at least one of the people who worked on the animations, has done a lot of work in the Fire Emblem like GBA animated world. And he does an incredible job. That's like some of my favorite animation style is those games. So I'm very, very happy to see what's going on here. So let's see. Can we not... We knock you down to 1? Frick, dude. So... let's see here.
Yes?
I don't want to get attacked back, though.
Right.
So let's do this. Actually, I'm going to put Arthur in here. So you get countered, or you get attacked back when you attack, but if you're using ability, you don't get attacked back, like his specifically. Then we can kill the bear, which is going to give us some extra block. Now, unfortunately, the wolf here can go after Arthur, but hopefully that defense helps us out. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to put Cassandra in here for some extra defense. Although the smart thing to do would have been to move Saxon first, because then we could heal. So then instead we can do Call the Storm. Okay, that's not a whole lot of damage. We can live that. That's fine. So we decide to bypass Saxon, huh? Well, that's just rude. All right, well, we got plenty of guys over here to deal with. Okay, let's see. So, I might end up wanting to pull back my units here. Potentially. $21, $16. I wish I knew. Does it say dealing 20 damage? Okay, so it was 16. Now it's 20. Good to know. So 21 is kind of a bad number. 16. So let's go ahead and we can kill this one. And then let's go ahead, keep progressing up.
Here, buddy.
And then have Gwyn get the kill.
They didn't stand a chance.
Now, how do I want to deal with this guy down here? Because he might be a little bit of an issue.
You sure?
I mean, I can keep doing Call the Storm. I mean, eventually I'm going to run out of mana. I might end up pulling Arthur down to help out. We'll see. Because these two seem like they can hold their own up here.
I'll protect you.
So we'll see. It seems like that bear's not moving, so we can kind of hold here with Saxon and Clarissa. And then we can move in when it's safe.
That sounds not great.
Oh, right. The cave-in.
This place is coming down around us.
Then we're running out of time. Let's get a move on.
Okay. So we obviously don't want to be here. Units will take 5 damage. So we have the bear. Okay, so you're not going to pull in there. So let's do this. Let's put...
I'll see it done.
So let's pull the bear in. We'll sit back here. My question is, if I put you here, is that going to pull the bear? Because I can't use this turn. I guess I can attack here. Oh, that's pulling me down to 1.
We need to move.
But I can't attack from here, right? Yeah, it's only 1 to 2. Because, like, the question is, do I heal here or do I attack? Because I can attack here with Cassandra. What is her, like... Oh, she gets him down to 1, 2.
Yep, yep. Let me help.
I think I'm going to heal. I'm going to bring Arthur down. Let's see, because if I don't attack, then he attacks. It brings him down to 1. But then what am I doing here next turn?
I can do this. Time to ride.
Oh, shoot. That gives him a path there.
Okie dokie.
Right. That was the whole point of not doing that. I knew there was a reason I was keeping him there. And unfortunately, I can't move her now. So, I kind of have to hope he's going to attack here. I don't think he is. Yeah, so literally one bad move is going to just, like, put us in the dirt. Oh my god, we lived. Oh my god, we lived. Okay. Let's not do that anymore. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's put that on. So, first things first. What am I doing with this freaking bear? I kind of, like, obviously I want to kill everything, but I'm considering, like, how many things can I realistically kill? And how many things it's safe to not kill? Maybe let's do this.
I can do this.
So let's pull this wolf down. I'm curious if he's going to go there. We pull Arthur in.
I'll protect you.
We heal Arthur back up.
I'm there.
Okay. We weaken the bear up.
It's time.
And then I'm okay with attacking here. Because we get the kill, so we get block. And then we can pull this wolf in towards us, get an attack off on that. Or actually, where are you going to go? Okay, so you do go to Saxon.
Not backing down.
Oh, get the crit, Saxon! Nice, that'll be helpful. Because, like, I could line this up. I could theoretically line this up where I don't have to fight this bear. I can just run in here and loot. And so I can't bring Arthur in there. For one, he would also get attacked by both these guys. So I don't know that it's worth it to go in here. Okay, so these guys have the same range. So if I go here, I can only be attacked by one of them. Right? No, I can be attacked by two. Oh wait, no, I can't, because no one can go there. They both have one range. Okay.
Let's let loose.
So I can wait there.
You sure?
Frick. Okay, we're good. Miss for a miss. We take those.
Be gone.
Okay, we don't miss those. Nice. Way to go, Arthur, getting that level. All right, so let's take a look at... never mind. I can't hover over those stats.
Let me help.
Oh, you can't even damage me. Oh, this. Oh, right, because the block fell off. Okay. So, we should be able to... Are we going to be able to clear you out? Okay, cool. Let's get the kill here. Reardon's going to be a favorite just off the basis that he has a puppy. That's all you need. Now, I'm wondering if... Are you going to get pulled?
Let's move, people.
Let's just pull one at a time. I could attack. Well, actually, I can't now. Do we pull the Baron? Actually, let's pull the Baron. We can get Arthur let Arthur get the kill. But I don't want you coming in, though. So let's do this. We'll wait here. Bring Arthur down here.
Let me help.
Heal here. Because we only need one unit to escape. So this will allow us to get as much experience as possible. Grab the chest and escape. That was painful. That was painful. Okay. Ooh, I don't have the Manyas.
Let's let loose.
Not bad.
So this has become very dangerous. This has become incredibly dangerous. Especially since I can't get out. Well, theoretically, I mean, we can live a hit here. Let's see. Where does it say your move? Avoid, dodge, accuracy, speed. Why can't I see how much a unit can move?
Right.
Can everybody move the same amount? Speed, dexterity, fortitude. Because, like, I can put her all the way over here. Well, I suppose I can just see... Well, actually, I can't see here. There's no way because this is blocked. Although... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can only move 4. So I think what I can do is I can move... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't reach me over here. And then, regardless of how he wants to attack me here, I can escape here next turn. I don't have mana, which means that I need to get the kill here. 29 damage. More than enough. And we're all safe. I don't want to come in here this turn. I'll go grab that next turn.
You sure?
Forgot, do I have to come? Yeah, I gotta be on it. Cool, so we grab that, and we escape.
Is this what I'm capable of?
Alright, a few little screw-ups there, but overall, we got out of there. And now we can see battle stats, which is pretty sweet. So obviously Cassandra, 0 combats. Not surprising there. Arthur getting a million kills, also not surprising there. Yeah, pretty standard stuff for what I would expect. Alright, let's create our save. And I'm going to have to create new saves for every individual level.
You actually made it.
Not yet, we haven't. Come on, everyone. Up the stairs.
The stairs. The stairs. How could I forget about the stairs?
Really? That's what you're worried about?
Less talk, more stairs.
You made it! We were so worried!
Valeria, the only
Sure
character in this game who I actually know the voice actress
Are you
of.
all right? I had considered coming down to help, but when the roof began to crumble...
So many stairs.
Stairs?
I hate to admit it, but he's actually right. The stairs really were the worst part.
And Alden, all
This once
grown
could
up.
Building weight.
No
until we're
longer a
already
baby.
Outside to start collapsing.
I almost would have preferred the cave-in. At least they would have been over quicker.
Looks like they're all right to me, Alden.
Business as usual, just the way we like it. What about you, lad?
My heart's racing, but it's a good race, you know? Like
Like an adventurer. You should have seen him, Alden. He was on fire down there. Damn near putting me to shame.
Setting the bar real low.
Is that so? That's no easy feat, keeping up with members of the Order like that. You should be proud.
You really think so?
Alden's right. You did good work down there.
Gwen's one of our best and brightest. Also, between you and me, a bit of a hard ass. If she says you did good, then you did great!
Wow. I don't know what to say.
For now, you should say little and catch your breath. We still have to return to town before sunset, unless you'd like to be out here all night.
Arthur's right. While the problem is resolved, it is resolved, yes?
Of course. Did you ever doubt us?
Good, good. While the problem is resolved, the magic will no doubt linger.
Then let's head back. We've got warm beds and a hot meal waiting for us.
My 2 favorite things.
Like an adventure.